So busy looking around in here, this amazing pass, that I'm almost twisting my ankle, tripping, falling on my butt. It is so awesome in here. I want to set up my tent in here. Never mind Snowbowl. Skyline. Very busy little parking lot. Well, here we go. Mark of the trail here, and I am at the trailhead for Skyline. It's exciting. I'm doing this despite all my common sense. I have a sore knee. I'm going to use a knee brace. I was all ready to cancel this trip, but I said hell with it. I was starting to stay home. I spent a day at home, a day that I should have been driving out here and just chilling out. Instead, I ended up driving out here late last night. I just said hell with it. I'm doing it. I'm so tired of sitting around at home. So here I am, Skyline. I have a very nice, easy 4 days. I figured when I booked this months and months and months ago that why would you rush Skyline? It's supposed to be spectacular. So now that's coming in handy because I got a sore knee. Waiting around for the shuttle. It's supposed to be here at 9 o'clock.
It's not worth it until the inspection's done. But I'm not sure if they're going to get a real inspector.
Skyline.
Picture.
Well, Skyline is neat so far. I mean, there's nothing. This is the trail at the beginning. You know, it's just a forest walk. Decided to stop for my first break here at this nice little creek. And I've been walking with people. Mind you, I just stopped and they kept going, so who knows if that's going to carry on. Maybe I'll catch them. But they're going a little faster than I want to go, and it's only 8 kilometers, so why hurry, right? I want to be careful of the knee. I want to be careful of my back, which really, aside from a 7-kilometer backpack I did like 4 or 5 days ago just to see what my back could do, it hasn't really been tested, so I might as well be careful with it. This is only an 8-kilometer backpack today. It's like the shortest backpack day I've ever had, but yeah, there's no point rushing. This is exciting though. I'm on Skyline. This is awesome. This is the first place that has a nice babbling brook, so I figured why not stop for a little rest. All right, I'm just leaving that creek. Gonna head up to Lorraine Lake. That's probably the next place I'll take a little rest. I'm hiking with people, but they're just kind of trudging away, and it's like, why not just take your sweet time? 8 kilometers. There's absolutely no hurry. I've already seen a trail runner go running by, which I have to say is quite admirable. Let's get some logistics out of the way. For those of you looking to do this trail, you drive down the other end, which is just across from Maligne Canyon. A shuttle shows up at 9:15. and it cost 35 bucks. Now you can pre-book it, which is probably the smarter way to go. I did not, and luckily there was not a full shuttle, so I was able to just throw down the cash and get on. But yeah, shuttle brings us all the way down here. Probably got here about 10 o'clock, and now I'm just walking back to my car. And there was people waiting at the other end for the shuttle, so you can take it back the other direction too. You want to hike Skyline from the other end. You can. That's kind of nice. All right, got that out of the way. Another thing is, if you're booking Skyline, use the atomic clock, because I didn't. And my watch said like 7:59. My phone, I should say, and then I checked the atomic clock and it's 8:01. That's why I'm going to a little shovel today instead of Snowbowl. That's why I'm walking 8 kilometers instead of 12. And then day 2, I have to go to Watchtower for the same reason. I didn't get Curator. So day 2 is going to be probably my biggest day. There you go. There's a shuttle, and use the atomic clock. My 2 biggest tips for Skyline so far. Yeah, Lorraine Lake says 100 meters, but doesn't even seem to be 100 meters, really. I can already see it. Lorraine Lake. I was being silly. Then what I saw was a little pond. It is like 100 meters, really. Not bad little frame up. Too bad the mountains are a little clearer. Nice little lake. Quick little walk. Be good for fishing. Right in the sun. Yeah. Heading into Mona Lake now. I was going to take a shot of the sign, but there was a couple there, and I started yik-yakking with them, and I forgot. This is so weird being on a trail with people. I mean, the last time I backpacked, I didn't see anyone for 4 days. Went off in the middle of nothing. Well, Skyline, that is not the case. People coming left, right, and center on this trail. So, shooting will be a little more challenging now that I have allowed my initial hiking companions to carry on forward. It's a lot easier, that's for sure, but I still run into people all constantly, so. Yeah, it's a different world on this trail. Mona Lake. Gotta say, this is a nice little, this would be a nice little day hike from Maligne. Nice green water. The sun isn't hitting this one very square yet, and it's got a little bit ripply. It was a nice calm day. The sun was hitting it. Be a bit prettier. It is totally clear. Very nice though. These are not bad little detours. This one was 0.2. So 0.2 and then 0.2 back, and then the other one's 0.1 and 0.1. So 0.6 added on. Nothing too major. Like I said, you can always bang this off with a day hike from Lorraine Lake. And it's not even a day hike. It's more like half a day or quarter of a day, depending on your fitness level. And you actually get a pretty nice shot of Mona Lake as you continue along the trail. And that area down there where I was resting, you get a perfect shot of that. So don't have sex or go skinny dipping or anything, because you're probably going to get spotted from the Skyline Trail. And now it wanders away. One thing about dealing with injuries is that I take a lot of breaks, and sometimes they're in very uninspiring places. I'm just in the middle of the woods. I'm sitting on some moss, which is not the most wonderful thing to help the trail, but There's already a lot of bugs around me. I know there's a lot of bugs on this trail. Do not forget your bug spray on this trail. But my last break was at Lorraine Lake, or sorry, Mona Lake. And there hasn't been anything kind of nice, no views or anything since. So I know this is kind of the boring part of Skyline. It's all forest until we get to Evelyn Campground. And then I'll take another break. There's probably a picnic table and such, so. But in the meantime, I'm just chilling out in the forest. Maybe there's a kilometer to go, but I felt like taking a break, so. One thing is there is plenty of mud on this trail. Probably because it's used so much that there's absolutely no vegetation. And the trail has just gotten beat up, but there's a lot of mud to step around. And because there's all these puddles of water, there's plenty of bugs. Ugh. Well, the trail to Bottle Hill sure looks pretty unused. Let's see, is this a bridge up here or just a shot of this stream, creek / river, or whatever it is? Oh, there's a bridge. Nice. Nice. Not bad. No. Okay, shortly after that little creek crossing, which is clearly Evelyn Creek, we have ourselves a little campground. And a nice place for a break. There hangs with cables. Not bad. Oh, and a set of keys. Is that for the... Is there a bear box? No, we have to check that out. Well, Evelyn Creek's all right. Nothing to write home about. This would be a nice little walk just if you wanted to come camp out here just to get out into nature. There are some trails up there that wandered off in areas I didn't know what they were, so that's kind of some exploration. And you can go explore down by the creek. You know, walk up the creek a ways. Looks like there's definitely some beaten paths doing that. I don't really want to do that too much because you don't want to leave your pack with a bunch of food in it hanging around somewhere for long. And I definitely don't want to bring the pack along, so not bad. There's no bear box here, so probably someone is very upset that they left those keys. Oh well. Now the climbing begins. Start going up Little Shovel Pass and end up with some views. One thing I'm trying new on this hike is I got rid of the water bladder. And I bought another one of these. So now I got two. That has 2 liters of water. And I just put one in each side pocket. The primary reason I did that is because there's no special place in this backpack for a water bladder. So you have 3 liters of water right on top of the pack. And it really made it top heavy and kind of unbalanced. So, plus you're always worried that you'll spring a leak and get water all over everything. So, yeah. Try this out. It's certainly a lot easier to swing the pack on because that, you really notice that. When it's full of water and you're trying to swing it up on your shoulders, you really know it is that water up there. All right, I just ran into a couple. They're on their way out, and the reason they're headed out is because she doesn't feel good. And so she's dragging her boyfriend, man, out with her. Boy, would that suck. Sometimes it does pay to be a solo hiker. Well, I think it's fair to say Skyline is starting to be Skyline. I made it, Little Shovel Campground. There is a nice view and people. At Little Shovel Pass, the water source comes out of nowhere. That's always neat. I've been informed that a couple walked out of here. They just decided to walk all the way out, and they were booked to stay at Snowbowl tonight, so maybe I will continue on and go to Snowbowl. No, it's not raining, but the mosquitoes are something else, man. It's an absolute war with the mosquitoes here. There's so many of them. It's just a swarm. I encourage you to bring tons of insect repellent and mosquito netting, whatever you need for this. I'm just gonna cover everything I can, and I think I've decided to push on a Snowbowl, see what it's like there. Man, this is becoming awesome. Over there, that's where people hike Bald Hills. That's what I hiked last year. Man, is that awesome. Just have to stop and take a break. There's just nothing, no two ways about it. I'm almost up to Little Shovel Pass. And after that, it's a downhill into Snowbowl. Broke out of the trees, finally. This rocks. So busy looking around in here, this amazing pass, that I'm almost twisting my ankle, tripping, falling on my butt. It is so awesome in here. I want to set up my tent in here. Never mind Snowbowl. This is crazy. Looking back on that valley, this seems to be the highest point. It took me forever because I just kept stopping and checking it out. And now, the next one. Well, now it's official. Yeah. Awesome. That valley there, and heading off to the left is where Skyline goes. So basically you get in between a couple of mountain ranges. into a valley that has nothing in it except this trail, and you hike the whole thing. It's just sick. I don't know how those other people just went booting through here. Everyone's ahead of me. I haven't seen anyone in ages. How can you not take your time in this? This is just ridiculous. I'm so glad to be here. This is unbelievable. Some very nice walking along this guy. This is where you cross. As you can see, there's no trouble in it. There's rocks there you can hop across, or let me see here. See a trail going back this way. Like you can get across the rocks over there, actually. Pretty. Yeah, but there's not much trail over there to walk on. Okay. I think I'll rock hop over there. Well, made it over that one fine. Here's another confluence, and the trail runs off, so taking a break and enjoying this before I leave it. I do get the sense that I'll be seeing it again, though. I mean, maybe the trail wanders away from it, but this has to be the water source for Snowbowl. Nice thing about expensive boots is I can cross water like that. I can step in it and my socks don't get wet at all, so kind of nice. I'll make it quick, I promise. This is looking back on that, where I was just hiking. Sheesh. And now some new stuff over there. Well, I have arrived at Snowbowl. There's some bear boxes up there. We're spoiled on Skyline, man. We got picnic tables, bear boxes. You can't be serious, no one's here. Nice view. What are you? Okay. Is that a bear trap? Huh. Alrighty then. Okay. Snowbowl is a weird site, man. There's sites everywhere. You keep walking and there's another site. You walk a bunch more, there's another site. And you know, it's great privacy in that sense. But the water source is garbage. Oh yeah, this is fantastic. I want a drink out of that. I asked people at Little Shovel and they said it was great. I literally asked about this water source. And they were just here this morning. Now I want to hike back to that creek. You know, great little 2-kilometer day hike to go get water. Man, this is whack. This is a whack campground. This may have been a register once, but no more. So, got my tent set up. It's drying off now. It was wet all day. Coming up here to the bear boxes to put my food in. And then I'm hiking back to that wonderful water source like an idiot, because apparently there is one that's 7 minutes down the trail, but it's not great. So I actually have to go hiking back. Seriously. So yeah, you pass by that stream, get some damn water. The water source here, maybe it's not always crap, but right now it's crap. On the other hand, I got to walk back into this amazing valley. It's beautiful out. I get to have my supper beside that awesome stream. There's no mosquitoes down there. There's mosquitoes in camp, of course. I'm gonna soak my feet. I'm gonna soak my knees. Life throws you a curveball. You just learn to enjoy the curveball, man. You just fret a little bit and then start looking for the positive, and hey, gee whiz, I have to walk back in this amazing view again. Aww. Yeah. That's kind of flat. I'll use that as a kitchen. Trail's up there. How much better does it get in some ways? I just put my knees and my calves in water. Freezing cold water. That's just good body maintenance when you're on the trail, especially when you're having knee issues like I am. You know what's super, super useful for that? That guy. So I knelt in the water, just stuck my legs back over there, and then I don't have to put my knees onto rocks. I mean, that's not comfortable for anyone. So this guy, I mean, now it's wet, it'll dry off. It'll dry off in no time, no big deal, especially in the sun. So yeah. Well, that was a nice visit to the water. I managed to get my feet and my knees in the water. That was important. Did not manage to get my jet boil going. Those picnic tables, I'm gonna go take advantage. But I have 2 liters of water. That's enough for supper tonight and breakfast tomorrow, no problem. And so hard to walk and talk. And it's weird. I'd rather show you the trail than me. I'm probably gonna wrap things up for the day out here. Inside the campground, I really can't talk that much. There's people all over the place, and you know, there's privacy on a lot of the sites, but I didn't grab one of those. They're mostly taken anyway. I grabbed one that was just whatever. I just kind of threw my pack down and took it, but it's like 15 feet away from another tent. So even like talking inside my tent, people are gonna hear. So, but yeah, it was a good day because I did 12 kilometers to Snowbowl. If tomorrow I decide to try Curator and just go in, I'm gonna ask around and see if there's a place I can commando camp if I have to. And I'll ask around, and maybe I can avoid the extra 6 kilometers that going to Watchtower would entail. Then I only have 8 kilometers tomorrow, which is glorious. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. All right. Good night, I guess.